LLV probably a year ago. I've been having my blood work done to see, and I just had it done, and I went in today, and my cholesterol was at like in the 250s. I mean, heart attack zone, bad. And I started the LLV. Of course, they put me on the medicine, which helped. But sometimes when it's hereditary, it doesn't bring it down far enough. But since starting the LLV, it's down to 112. So that's, for me, that's good.
And you haven't done anything except for that?
Well, that, and I do take medication for it. But the kind that I have, sometimes the medication doesn't bring it down that far. So he definitely said that the LLV is helping bring it down too.
Cool.
Awesome.
Perks are there?
That is awesome. That is a great. I thank you for sharing that. That really is.
Congratulations.
Yes. Anybody else have any cool news? Anyone?
The Eagles won.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I do not follow sports, and since they've been kneeling during the stuff, I completely don't follow. So
Not one person kneeled last night or yesterday in the Super Bowl. Not one player.
Wow.
Not one player did that?
Nope.
Oh, that's good.
Well, they did decline to do a ad from a veterans group.
Well, yes, yeah. I forgot about that.
I didn't watch it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw some of the clips today from it, and I made a comment. Pink sang the national anthem. She had the flu.
Yeah.
Other things going on, and she still killed it. And I said, here's a lady who is a performer and an artist who can still get up there with the flu and sing the national anthem and not have to sit down or take a knee for it. But yet you got all these overpriced, spoiled individuals who have to take a knee for I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that's beside the point. That's over with.
On to oils.
On to oils.
Yeah.
On to the KO pectates or whatever we got. That video, I was just laughing my head off. KO, what do we all got?
It's kryptonite.
Kryptonites.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonites.
Kryptonites.
I'm like, what the heck is kryptonites? I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I guess I got it. If Pam wants me to watch it. I was laughing my head off.
Haven't you watched Superman?
No.
It's kryptonite. He's got kryptonite. Everybody has a kryptonite.
So they can be good? Not
Most
all
of them
bad.
are bad. Most of them are crippling.
Oh.
Kryptonite?
It's little. Go ahead, Pam.
Oh, no, you're fine. Keep talking.
Most of them are little ones that get inside of you and tell you can't defeat them and you can't beat them.
Right.
Little things that down that say that you're
not good enough.
And they take your power from you. Okay.
Right.
And it's like the little devil that's up there saying, "Oh, you're not good enough for this.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do this."
Yeah.
That's the little kryptonites that we have to fight each and every day.
We do.
Pam and I had a good discussion today, and I kind of get blunt with some people sometimes.
Derek, did you get in trouble from Pam?
No. Pam, because you can get away with those things, and I'm like, yeah, but my kryptonite is my tongue sometimes because I don't hold it back. And because I speak what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And I actually had a nurse this morning. I was in a good mood this morning until I got up to work and saw that we still had some people that we had last week that shouldn't have been there. And I
know the feeling.
I spoke my mind. I mean, my mind is saying these guys shouldn't be here. They should have been gone. Who's good at battling around and farting around and not getting this job done?
Yeah.
So I had a nurse kind of go, you were kind of speaking your mind this morning. Yes, I was, because I'm a veteran and I see what's going on here, and I think it's a travesty because they're abusing some of the system. But what can I say? If I can't speak my mind as a veteran towards other veterans, then what good am I?
It's your kryptonite's coming out.
Well, and that kryptonite is this big old thing right here in my mouth that will one of these days get me in trouble. But you know something? Oh well. And it's like one of the guys I gave him a sample of. He's got neuropathy after chemo summer. I gave him some sample to help with neuropathy. Told him what to do and all that. And I asked him today. I said, or the other day, I said, hey, so are you using that? Well, no, it's still sitting where I put it. I said, okay, where'd you put it? By the TV. I said, all right, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Use it. Go home and do this with it. This is how you use it. In a couple of days, I hadn't used it. So I said, okay. So I talked to him this morning. He said he hadn't used it. I said, you know something? I just want to look at people and say, if you put your wishbone where your backbone is, things would get done.
Say, bring it to work. I'll put it on you.
Well, no. I mean, because he actually told me, he said, if you told me to hang a dead chicken from my ceiling, that it would cure my neuropathy, I would do it. Wait, hold on. I got something better than that. I've got oil that you should have on your ankles and your feet and your legs. It's going to help you out with this stuff because it helped me with mine. When I started using it a little bit, like I said, if you'd put your wishbone where your backbone is, you'd be a different person. And poor Pam was just laughing. I was like, well, my kryptonite.
He scares me sometimes. No.
Oh, too funny.
Wait until I get that diamond or that presidential diamond and get up there on the stage and speak.
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh.
I'll be there for that.
That kind of segues nicely into one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. And I want you to not be upset about this or hurt about this. I want you to really think about what I'm saying and decide whether it applies to you or not. Okay. Or maybe does it apply to, someone that you're working with, or, I am quite certain it will apply to at least some area of your life. It's called excuses. We all have plenty of excuses as to why we can't do this and why we can't do that, and why we can't do this. And they're really, some of them are very, very good excuses, right? I can't make it to the meeting tonight because, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I can't have a class. I can't talk to that person and ask them if they have a class because blah, blah, blah. I can't do this. Okay. Excuses will lead to one thing. Who can tell me what that one thing is?
Failure.
Not your goal.
That's right. Absolutely. Every single time, 100% of the time, excuses will lead to failure. And, I'm just as guilty of it as anybody. I have plenty of excuses. I do it way too often. I mean, why was I silver for years? Why was I stuck on silver for years? Because of excuses. And some of them were really, really good excuses. But did that get me anywhere? Nope. No, it did not. I have somebody that was on my front line, or not front line. He was on Derek's front line, and suddenly she just stopped talking to me. And why is that? Because she had all kinds of excuses as to why she shouldn't talk to me. Did that help solve the problem? No. didn't help solve the problem at all. We are all adults here. If you have a problem with me or with somebody in your upline, you need to talk about it to them, and say, hey, I know that you're a good person. I'm a good person. There's been some kind of a miscommunication here. Let's work it out. Because, this is a business where you have to rely on each other. We can't do this alone. Even though, Derek and Mary, you guys are like on completely opposite teams. You both have your own teams. You still can learn and help each other. And it just,
When I first started doTERRA and went to a business meeting with Mary, and I still have it written down in my notes and stuff. Mary told all of us that were there, the same thing, and that if anything will break your team down, it's not communicating with each other. We're all sisters. You need to be able to talk to me like a sister. And if I piss you off about something, I expect you to call me out on it.
Yeah.
And tell me and talk about it with me and then get over it.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Tamara and I do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, okay, fine, cool. We'll agree to do this, or this. And
Derek's
I think it's only because Mary really pushed us to open up and talk and, make sure that we don't let something fester and fester and fester to where you start withdrawing from the team.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Listen, Derek is never going to do anything to make me not hit my dream.
Right, because you're not going to allow it no matter what he does or doesn't do.
Right.
Right, because this is about me and what I need in my life.
Absolutely. That's right. And that's one of the things that I love about doTERRA as well, is that, it works really well when we can all work together, but it still works if you don't have the support of the upline. But
Pam, one other thing is that, for you and Derek both know, but some of the other people on here might not know, is that everybody between you and I for 3 years weren't doing anything with doTERRA. Mm-hmm. And yes, I used you as my resource, but in reality, I'm like 4 people away from you. Mm-hmm. And just now Derek has taken over and we are building that friendship and business relationship together, and we are learning from each other. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Work husbands are so good.
I hope you don't mind, but I can't be y'all's sister. I can be your brother, but I can't.
I just said work husbands are the best.
Me and skirts don't get along. A kilt, I can sport a kilt, but a skirt, I ain't gonna do it. Sorry.
I want to see you in piggy tails.
No, my hair's not long enough. I'm trying to grow this long enough where I can start braiding it, maybe.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, that's all right, Derek. We still love you.
We just won't claim you when we all go to conference next year.
Yeah, I have to, because I'm going to wear a shirt. I'm with them.
Hey, that's something that we can kind of think about. Are we going to ever get some kind of a thing? I noticed a lot of teams have shirts, that they all wear.
Megan, who's on the call now, makes t-shirts, so she can do that all for us.
That would be fun.
Megan, you just got thrown under the bus.
No, not at all. She loves it. That's her side. That's her business.
All right. Cool. Wow.
That's doing this so she can continue to do that.
Okay. Well, Megan, you have to start thinking. And we'll all have to start thinking about what we can do. I don't know what are they calling it next year? I don't even remember if they know yet.
I don't know.
Anyways, I want to see every single one of you at convention next year. Or this year. Sorry, this year.
This year, yeah.
It's so worth it. You got to go.
I got to make it to sale.
Have you heard when tickets are going on sale?
March.
Sometime, from what I understand, it's March, sometime in March usually. But I haven't heard for sure.
I just saw it. Go out on the 2018 convention group, Mary. I think it's out there.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to get my ticket on the early bird, which sucks for me because I could have got it way cheaper. But so I need to get
March,
my ticket.
it's not that much more because March they run that early bird thing like again for a while.
Yeah, but wasn't it 125 if you did it right after convention? Isn't that what you guys paid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's like 150. So it wasn't a ton more.
So we were supposed to be working on vision boards. I know Shirley did because she showed a picture. Anybody else work on their vision boards?
No, I'm sorry, I did not.
I'm up here in my head. It's working out.
Well,
but not
yeah.
on paper.
Okay. It really is important to have it visually somewhere, even if it's like in your wallet. Like if you have a picture of the house you want to buy and you carry it in your wallet, or if you just even have just a little picture up on the bathroom mirror of something that your goal is. Even like I created photoshopped a picture of me and Charlie as diamonds on the diamond walkway. I photoshopped me and Charlie in there so that it's, because I want to be diamond. I want to walk that diamond thing, and and on that same one, I also had a cutout of the 1500 power of 3, and I photoshopped it so that it was mine, and I really, it's very, very important. If you listened to Terry Savelle Foy, did any of you listen to that video?
Mm-hmm.
She talks about, they went and interviewed and surveyed people, and they asked, and in reality, the majority of people did not have goals. And if they did have goals, they didn't have them written down. There was only 1% of the people that wrote their goals down and looked at them every day. And do you know who those 1% were? Millionaires.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have mine on my screensaver, my phone.
Yeah.
The Elite thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see it every day.
Yeah. See, that's what I do. I have on my phone.
Yep.
I have my diamond because I'm going to be diamond, right? And then that will also work when I want to hit blue diamond because it's kind of blue.
Yeah.
So I'm already shooting for blue.
Too funny.
2
And
years blue.
What?
2 years blue diamond. That's where I'd like to be.
That's awesome. I love that goal. But it really is important to do that. It's very important. Like Shirley has it on her phone. I have it on my phone. And so when I look at this and I look at that, wow, I'm gonna hit diamond. And
I mean, how many times do you see that a day, Pam? I see it all day.
Exactly.
All the time. So it's constantly there.
Right. It's constant reminder.
When I was doing my vision board, Mark's like, well, yeah, as soon as you hit that diamond thing or whatever, he goes, can we go to Australia? I really want to go to Australia.
Yeah.
I said, I'll put you on my board. He goes, okay.
My husband wants a boat.
That's awesome. Yes. So,
that's my dream. Are you crowding into my dream now or what? No, it's funny.
Well, that is
yeah.
I think we should all decide to make a retreat someplace, and we're gonna hit this and we're gonna go. The doTERRA has retreats all the time, and we need to attend some of those. So
Well, you can always attend ours at Pine Hollow.
I've got the date written down. I'm trying. That's on my vision board. I'm working towards it.
What is it doing, Mary?
So my lovely Shirley here has a home out at Pine Hollow. It's a beautiful lake, and all the builders on my team go to Pine Hollow, and we're gonna do it every year.
That's
For
awesome.
the weekend. It's fun. We work on our vision boards and sharing, and we did a lot of stuff, played games, and
we have fun.
yeah,
Just be together as a team.
it was fun.
And where's Pine Hollow?
It's
It's in Oregon. It's
In
like
Oregon.
what, 2 hours from Portland, the city.
yeah, it's just over the mountain.
Oregon.
Yeah.
It's
Kind
a
of hard for
reservoir.
someone to get the word.
Well, okay, so how many have been tracking your samples and follow-ups?
Yeah.
Can we see a picture? I want you guys to take a picture of your tracker
Mm.
and put it on the Facebook group.
She signed up.
What?
She signed up.
I just got
the
it
one
on
you
a.
follow- well, that's but we remember we had to do 30 of them in 30 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
So I got to tell you guys a quick story. So yesterday I was watching the Super Bowl at the bar, and I whipped out my oils and just started putting them all over everybody. So right now my notes are on napkins, bar napkins.
I saw that
Whatever
picture on
works.
Facebook.
There you go.
That's awesome. All right, so we need to you need to keep track of who you sampled, when you followed up. If you had to follow up again, you need to write those things down and keep track of them. And that's another kind of form of vision board too, if you think about it, because you're looking at those people and you're keeping track of, did I follow up? Did I follow up? And it keeps it fresh in your mind.
I wanted to say too, so not just vision boards, but I seriously, in my mirror, while I'm brushing my teeth, I see, did you contact 5 people today?
Yeah.
Or 2 people, whatever your goal is. Mine's 5. Follow up on 5 people every day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think putting it on the bathroom, I have next to my bathroom mirror, I have a bunch of little sayings like, vague goals, give vague results, and, different stuff like that, because it's true. What you magnify manifests. That's another one. So what does that mean? Like if you magnify the problem, what's going to manifest? More problem, right? If you magnify the solution, what's going to manifest? The solution, right? So let's start working on our words and what comes out of our mouth, because you literally either curse yourself or bless yourself with every word that comes out of your mouth. Did you realize that?
You curse or bless? Is that what you said? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm a trucker. Trucker curse.
But just think about it. How many times a day do you say, I am so sick of that, blah, 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 right? What are you doing? You're inviting sickness into your life.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't afford that. I don't have any money. What are you doing? You're inviting poverty into your life. You're cursing yourself. So
I think another thing is we all see our faults. Like, for example, I was really struggling with me as a mother, and I kept putting myself down and putting myself down and putting myself down to where I kept being that person.
Right.
And it wasn't until I made a positive affirmation. And I literally, when I come home now from work, I tell myself, I'm a loving, patient, kind mother. I'm a loving, patient, kind mother. And it's totally changed for me.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Those affirmations are absolutely, because the Bible. If you don't believe in the Bible, I'm not trying to offend you or anything. That's my source of everything, and the Bible says that God created us with His words. He created the world with His words. He created us to be like Him And so he gave us the same ability to create with our words. And so you need to really think about what you are saying every time you open your mouth, and don't say, I can't ever find any builders. I can't ever do this. I can't ever do that. Well, that's what you're going to get then,
No, you say, I will find builders. Even when it's 2 days before the end of the month and you need to find 2,000 PV, you say, I am going to hit elite. I'm going to hit silver.
That's right.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never surrender. How many of you have watched that show? That's my favorite.
Mine is never give up and never turn back. We're never going back. We're only going forward.
Right. That's right. Yeah. You burn that bridge behind you. You can't even go there anymore. So, yes. All right.
Even if it takes longer to hit where we want to be, we're going to make it.
That's right. And that's, Mary and I were talking about that, last week? She was stuck at a level. I was stuck at a level. We were both just stuck there and we couldn't get past it. I mean, it's so embarrassing to go to convention and be stuck at the same level for how many years, But we still went. We still showed our face. We still held classes. We still persevered. And we've been ranking up. And, we are learning to become better leaders as we go. And, we're hoping that's why I'm doing this, because I'm hoping that maybe I can help you not get stuck for 3 years at the level, like Mary and I were stuck. And we have great upline too. Britt and Melina are great. It's just,
they can be great, but unless you do something about it yourself,
exactly,
doesn't matter how great our upline is.
Exactly.
It really doesn't.
Then that comes right back to the excuses, right? I mean, you can have excuses all day long, but the bottom line is we have to sample, we have to talk to people, and we have to have classes. It's just the way it is. Okay, so who understands the power of 3?
Yes.
Who understands the power of 3? Okay, so we have the power of 3. And you have to have 3 people on your front line that have a 100 PV order minimum. And you have to have a 100 PV order minimum that has, and between all 4 of you, you have to have a 600 PV team volume in order to get.
What if you only have 2? What if you only have 2 legs?
Then you're not going to get you have to have 3 people on your front line with a power of 3, with the 100 PV LRP. So this is one of the videos that we're going to be looking at by Diane Shepard is placements and placement strategies. And I just want to share with you my ideas on placement. You have to keep 2 things in mind, and that is your power of 3, and that is also building your team structure. So when you are working towards elite, it doesn't matter where your OV comes from. They can be anywhere on there, it doesn't matter. You could have 1 person under you and you can hit elite, okay? Once you are at elite though, or even striving to get to elite, you have to keep in mind that the next one is Premier, and Premier has to have 2 executives, okay? So you're going to start focusing, as you're building towards elite, you're going to focus on your 2 legs and getting them nice and solid so that you got 2,000 OV in each of these legs, and you can have a 3rd leg over there. And that 3rd leg doesn't have to be a builder. It can just be a user, or maybe a sharer that you can at least build to these levels on, right? So that you can have they can be one of these blue people, and then you have to be able to put 3 people under them, and then 3 people under each of them, right? So you're going to be kind of double-minded when you're structuring and placing people, because you're going to be focusing. I know that it's like, I just want to hit a lead. I just want to hit a lead. I just want to get 3,000. But you need to remember that it doesn't matter where those 3,000 are. So start putting them into 2 legs. Does that make sense? And then get a third person over there that's maybe a sharer that you can build under at least this many levels in order to get them to where you're getting your 1,500 power 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, it used to be that each one of these people right here, and each one of these people had to have a 1 order of 100 PV or it didn't qualify. And doTERRA changed that so that, say this person only does a 50 PV order, you can go and add to that a separate 50 PV order. You can tell them, hey, look, just add 50 PV and I'll pay you back for it or whatever. And so they can have 2 or even 3 orders that equal 100 PV, and it will qualify. However, they do have to be LRPs. Okay.
Yeah, I was excited when you told me that, Pam. That's so cool. We can do that now.
Yeah, it helps a lot. It helps so much. But there has to be at least 100 on each of these 3. Okay. And now if you have a 4th person over here that does a 25 PV order, or even a 75 PV order, that their order does count towards your total 600 volume. But you have to, each one of these 4, you and these 3 have to have 100 PV. And that includes this level when you're getting your 250. Each one of these has to have 100 PV in their LRP. And again, if there's like 2 other people right here that have some, then this total volume, these 3 and this 1 person, has to be 600. And then if there's 2 more, these 5 and this 1 have to be 600. Does that make sense? You following that?
Yes.
Okay. So it can be kind of confusing, but that is where that Power of 3 worksheet comes in handy. And those are still accessible to you guys. You can go back to your email and link to those things. I also have them in the Essentially Life. I know I have them in Essentially Life, which I changed to Education Group and I made it public. So now you can add anybody you want to that. Or you can tag people in some of the posts that I put in there. But I don't know if I have it in the Essentially Life business file group. I don't know if I don't think I have it there, but I do have it in the Essentially Life. Or just go on Google and type doTERRA Power of 3 worksheet and it'll come up. You know, Google is amazing. Google knows a lot of stuff and how to find it. So this Power of 3 is really important to helping you get, once you get that 250 Power of 3, it helps a lot. That's basically paying for your oils that you have to get every month. And so getting that 250, it helps a lot. So think about that when you're placing people. Think about getting them into that structure. And I really do like the Power of 3 structure. I really do like the Power of 3 structure because it does help set you up for silver, right? Because you've got now 3 strong legs, so you're getting set up for silver. Okay.
The other thing I love about the Power of 3 is if you notice someone's ordering every month, that's when you can talk to them and say, listen, let's get you at least $50 every month to help towards your order. So it actually incentivizes people to do classes for you so that it benefits them and they get their oils for free.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. That's a great point. So we're going to be, like I said, looking at a little bit of structure this week. I will get that email out to you tonight. And it's going to be a lot because I'm shortened your time on being able to do stuff. There isn't going to be a whole lot that you have to do for it. It's going to be a pretty easy week, but just continue to sample. That is actually the most vital thing is right now you need to keep sampling and you need to be following up on those samples because what sells the oils? The oils. That's right. And that's why, you know, a lot of these Zoom classes that we're all having, they're great, but we've got to get the oils in their hands. So if you're going to do a Zoom class, try to get participants to register ahead of time. And if you want, we can go through how to create a Google Doc registration form if that would help you. Because then if you can get people to register ahead of time for your Zoom classes, you can send them some samples of oils so that they have them for during the class, right? And you can also send them a class sheet if you want to. But it would be super nice if you could get those samples into their hands so that you can say, okay, take out your sample of, you know, On Guard or whatever. When I do those classes, I send 3 samples usually. Digestin, On Guard, and peppermint, I think. Depends maybe on what the season is or whatever. But I like to, I send out those. But if you are interested, we can have a kind of I'll walk you through how I'll share my screen and I'll walk through setting up a Google Doc so that you can have people register. You can have them take surveys. You can have them, you know, do whatever if you would like to. If that doesn't interest anybody, we won't do it. So, does anybody else have any questions?
I have, I heard a rumor has it that February 20th is going to be a BOGO week.
I've heard that rumor too. I don't know that it's actually going to happen. Usually when you hear these rumors, it does happen. So we can be looking for that.
Just be prepared.
Right. Be prepared for it. On the Essentially Life business Facebook page, and if you are not a member of that Essentially Life business page, you can become a member. You just have to ask us to add you. Ask somebody to add you. But I did put a link to a bunch of February graphics that somebody had made. And so if you don't have time or the inclination to make your own graphics, they're all right there ready for you. And there's a whole bunch of graphics there. So go ahead and make use of them and use them. And, you know, she gave that link so that we could use them. So do it. And anything else? So some great things that you can do for Valentine's Day. I went to the dollar store and I picked up a little stuffed monkey, a little stuffed bear, and another little stuffed cute little animal. You know, they're $1 each. And so I can put order a passion and you can have this, or order a cheer, or you can have a little kid, you know, the monkeys, a parent can give it to their kid for Valentine's, you know. It doesn't have to be romance or whatever. By the way, there's some ideas going around about February and having a libido class. And there is a lot of actually really good information on female and male libido and sparking the fire type stuff. So if that's something that interests you, let me know and I can share with you some of the posts that I've gotten from some of these people discussing this. It's It's kind of funny.
50 Shades of Oils.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. I know, Derek, you're shaking your head and you're embarrassed. Here's the thing, though.
Not embarrassed. I expect that from you.
A lot of people deal with this. A lot of people deal with this. I mean, men and women both. And it's something that if you can approach it from a kind of a non-judgmental and oh, look at the puppy. Oh, it's so cute. They just got a new puppy. If you can just be kind of clinical about it and just matter of fact about it, people have questions on it. And so, never hurts to know some of the information that's out there. So
yeah, it'd be nice if I had a boyfriend. Then maybe I need a boyfriend to solve that problem.
Well, if you go on the what is it, the Cleanse and Restore?
Yeah.
What was it? Friday, I think. Britt put out something on oils for like romance and heating up the bedroom and stuff like that. So
Britt's done those classes, but she does them with such good taste too.
Yeah.
It was really
and I was like, wow, this is like really upscale and all that, because I was thinking about doing something like that for middle of last month. I put out some classes and stuff, and they didn't take. But I was like, how am I going to talk about this? And then that came out Friday, and I'm like, oh, there you go. So now I have power.
Yeah, and like I said, I do have I copied some memes that they made for different blends, and either diffuser blends or rollerball blends, and some oils that can, that they can use in any number of ways. So it's rather interesting. But Mary, I would recommend going to eHarmony, because that's where I found my man.
Yeah, my daughter too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love eHarmony because it works. Anyway. Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you all are doing fantastic. I apologize for my belatedness, and I will get it out, and keep sticking with it. Keep sticking with it, please. Watch the videos. If you haven't watched all of the videos from the past emails, go back and start watching some of them. Just while you're washing the dishes or whatever, watch them. Okay? All right.
And one more thing.
Yes.
No more excuses.
That's right. No more excuses. Put that on your bathroom mirror. Big. No more excuses.
There's never a perfect time.
That's right. That's
How do
right.
you put it real big on a mirror this big?
And one other thing, when I was listening to Brianne Hovey, one thing that she had said that really made sense was no holding back. If you want it bad enough, you're going to have to go for it, and don't hold back. Just go for it. Then you too can own a home in Hawaii and Wyoming and wherever else she owns homes.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. I think she wants one in all 50 states.
Yeah, I think so.
But I would really not come to Illinois.
Oh. Okay.
There's some pretty places.
Some pretty, but the taxes are outrageous.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to come visit you, though. Derek and I are going to try to get down there and visit you, right? Right, Derek?
Yes, and I hear you might be in Minnesota the same time Tracy is, so that'll be fun.
That would be so fun. I would love that.
She's super excited.
I know.
I said it wasn't fair. I haven't even met you yet.
I know.
Face to face.
Well, Teresa, if you'd put your face on these calls, then we could see you and all that. And get
Yeah, Megan, Teresa.
Listen, we're like, I'm almost ready for bed. So basically I'm going to turn this off and go to bed. So
That's okay. We love you anyways. So, all right. You all
Okay.
are lovely. I just really think you guys are so awesome, and I'm so amazingly blessed to have all of you on my team. And I thank you for putting your effort into this. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. Oh, this Thursday is the first Thursday of the month, and so that is business meeting for that too.
Yep.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
That's not true.
All
Oh, yes.
right.
It was.
We'll see y'all
Okay.
later.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.